Welcome, golfers. So I'm going to give you, here, we just went live. Welcome, my name is Joanne. If you don't already know me, I know a lot of the public are joining for this one today. So what I want you to do is just let me know that you're here, so I have an idea of who to send things out to if I need to. Okay, so I'll give you a few minutes because there's always a bit of a lag between when I start and when people find it. Okay, so I will find us myself. So quick background for those of you that are brand new to this. I usually work out of Spray Lakes. I'm a trainer there and teach many classes. I specialize in injuries, injury prevention, seniors, that type of stuff. If you want to know more about me, you can, look it up a little bit. Okay. So Karen, so far you're the only one with me? Okay, so what I want you to grab is a pen and paper so that you can scribble some notes down. And then that equipment list was your big ball and some kind of a stick or your golf club. Okay, whichever work, doesn't matter. It can be a broomstick, anything like that at all. Is all we need for the assessment. We'll need more for the actual workouts. Hey, Jackie. Okay, so again, grab yourself a pen and a paper and make sure you have your big ball and a golf club or a stick nearby so that we can use those for the assessments. And then we're going to make some notes as we go through. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to check, guys, is your external rotation of your shoulders. I will explain as I do each session of let's work on your external rotation, let's work on this, exactly why you need that rotation and how it's going to help you with your golf swing. But for now, I just want the assessments done, okay? So for the external rotation of your shoulder, what external rotation is either this movement outward or this movement upwards, okay? And obviously it's pretty obvious why we need that rotation as we swing, okay? So let's test that rotation. So let's just warm up your shoulders a tiny bit. So just let them swing so that they're ready. Okay, and then let's do a little bit of abducting and adducting. And then a little tiny bit of rotation just in one spot. So you're just letting it rotate out, rotate in a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, keep that up. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it, and then you're going to take notes as to what your deficiencies are. Okay, so with the external rotation, you're going to stand against a wall. Okay, make sure your bum and your back is against the wall. If you need to bring your feet out a tiny, tiny bit, because that's your posture, that's fine. Okay, you're going to bring both arms like you're sitting on a big throne or a chair. Okay, and then you're going to bring one arm back, 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 and see where you end up. Okay, so hopefully, if you get that elbow against the wall, you can just work on that arm. If that forearm, like me right now, I'm this far away, I know that I have some issues with the external rotation of my arms. Okay, so I want that arm to go up and back. You can come up a little higher if you need to. Up and back. Okay, the compensations that you're going to see are, if I'm here and I come up, my elbow's going to either drop to get me there. Nope, write that down, elbow dropped. Okay, if your elbow didn't drop, how far can you go? Can you get your forearm there? Nope. Can you get your hand and forearm there? Nope. Okay, then right, forearm doesn't hit the wall. Okay, the other compensation is you got there, but you cheated by arching your back. Okay, so did you do that? Did your elbow drop? Write it down. Were you able to get all the way? Forearm doesn't meet. Did you arch your back? Back arched. Okay, write those down, please. I'll give you a minute to do that. That's your left side. If you have none of those things happening, perfect. Just say good. External rotation, left good. Okay, hopefully I'm giving you enough time to write. Elbow dropped, arm didn't make it there, forearm didn't make it there, or back arched. Okay, we're going to try the other side now. Okay, so come up and reach, 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 reach. What's happening on that side? Is it quite a bit different? Have a peek. Did your elbow drop down? Is your forearm able to meet? Okay, is your back arching? Write down those compensations. Hey, Carol, so if you just joined us, you need a pen and a piece of paper, and your big ball and some kind of stick, okay, for the actual assessments. But right now, we're just checking external rotation of the shoulders. You can always rewind later, but you're going to write down notes under external rotation is the topic of this first assessment. Okay, so now you're going to try doing both of those together. So you're going to come up and rotate. Can they do it together? Did you arch your back? What did you do? Elbows dropped, that's one compensation. Back arch is another compensation. And the fact that you just can't get there, okay, is also an issue. So again, write any notes that you have to about any differences you see. This one's an inch, this is 3 inches away from the wall. Very uncomfortable. You're probably going to feel a lot of tightness in here. We're going to be fixing this particular issue tomorrow. It's not going to fix overnight, but I'm going to give you the tools to work on if that is an issue for you. Okay. You need a little ball of some kind too. I forgot, sorry. Little ball or weight. So you want to sit on your ball. You're going to grab that. You're going to grab some kind of weight. They suggest a medicine ball, but it really doesn't matter at this point, okay, for assessment. So I'm going to use my little guy, just so we're all the same. Okay, so now what we're testing, this ball needs a little bit of air. My big one's over there. It's fine. Okay, so what we're testing now is our upper body rotation. You obviously need your upper body rotation in golf. So what you're going to do is start sitting up straight, and then as if you're addressing the ball, you lean slightly forward with a nice straight back, arms out with that. You're going to keep your eyes on the golf ball, not on this ball, eyes on the ball, feet on the ground, okay? And you're going to come up to the side and try to hit that wall if you can, okay? And these are the compensations I want. So you're going to come around, don't want to see. So when you come around, your eyes should be over your shoulder. Okay, that should be a given. You should be over the shoulder and you should be able to look down at that ground. Okay, so your compensations to be able to hit the wall are going to be elbow bends. Okay, your elbow has to bend. Your feet come off the ground. You lose that spinal angle, so you come back so that you can do it. So I lost that spinal angle. I didn't keep my spinal angle. And my chin is not over my shoulder. So I'm not even able to get here. Okay. So again, when I come around, is your chin over the shoulder? Perfect. Are you straight armed? Wonderful. Can you hit the wall? Not even close for me. Okay. Are your feet on the ground? Good. If you can't do that on that side, you have to work on that mobility. Okay. That's the upper body rotation is what we're working on. Upper body rotation. Let's see how bad the other side is. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna keep our eye on that ball. We're gonna come around. Oh lordy, oh lordy. Okay, as far as I can go. So is this straight? Are your eyes still down there? Chin? Did you change? That's what I keep doing is I change my angle. And are your feet able to go on the ground? And did that give you a Charlie horse right now? Those are all signs that you need to work on that upper body rotation. Okay, so eyes were forward, chin was over your shoulder, feet were down. Did you lose the spinal angle? What went wrong there? I don't golf. You could definitely still do this. You're right. They are good movements because they're basically mobility issues. And it's a good way to figure out you have mobility issues. So even if you don't golf, it is beneficial to you. Okay. The third one we're going to do is called lower body rotation. Okay, so the upper body and lower body need to work together. Most of you guys are not going to fail this one because we work on this quite a bit in our stretching. Okay, so you can write down lower body rotation. I didn't realize my upper body mobility was that bad because I work on it quite a bit, but obviously it needs a little work. Okay, so the lower body rotation is one of the stretches that we normally do. Okay, so all you're going to do is lay down, okay, knees bent. You're going to drop those knees down to the side and making sure that this shoulder stays down. So can you drop all the way? Number one. When you drop, are your knees together or did they shift? So did they stagger? Okay, if they staggered, that's compensation. Could you make it to the ground? Did your knees stagger? And very importantly, is this shoulder staying on the ground? So if I come across and I can't hit the ground, obviously I don't have that mobility. If I hit the ground, but that top leg shifts back, I don't have the full mobility. If I can do that, but this shoulder right now is off the ground, I don't have the mobility. Okay, so check that out. Where are you compensating? Where are you feeling it? Where does it feel tight? Write it down. And when you're ready, you can always hit pause if you need to. Okay, you can't, guys that are live, you can't hit pause. We're going to try the other side. So drop down, make sure those knees stay together, make sure everything is lined up nicely, that shoulder is on the ground, and you are comfortable. Again, check along there. So for me, going that way was a little tiny bit tighter today, and I was feeling my lat. So when I went around here, I'm feeling a little bit into right here. The top part of my lat is a little bit tight. Okay. So is that just today or is that always? I'll have to keep an eye on it and see if there's a difference. It's not something I've really analyzed. But I know that this side is much more comfortable, so I'm going to make note of that. Okay, hopefully you're ready to move on to the next assessment. We're going to stand up for the next assessment. It's the pelvic tilt in your posture. So it's always good to have a mirror with this one, if you can. Okay. So what you're going to do, stand up tall, address your ball. Okay, so you always notice that's a hip hinge. For those of you that work with me, you should know what your hip hinge is, okay? You don't come across like this. You don't round your back when you're golfing, right? You come back into a hip hinge with a soft knee. That's what you want to stance. Now, in this hip hinge, can you control your pelvis? Can you tuck your pelvis under? Is it comfortable? Can you push your pelvis back? Is it comfortable? Okay, so forward and back, forward and back. Is there any issues there? So do your knees or your shoulders move? So when you're here, do your knees come forward and back? Or is it just your pelvis? Do your shoulders come forward and back? Or can you control just the pelvis? Okay, so I'm questioning whether my knees are being used a tiny, tiny bit. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Okay, so do I have that pelvic tilt control, or am I super tight? Is there one way that's tight? So this is easy peasy, tucking under for me, because if you look at my back, whoop, ski jump, right? So anterior, that it's not pushing forward like that is not a natural, comfortable position for me. So I'm going to work on that. Okay, so make your notes. Your knees and shoulders, did they move? Was it comfortable? If it wasn't comfortable, which part? Okay, tucking under, pushing back. Make your notes on that. Okay. The next one is balance. Those of you that work with me, this one should be fairly easy. Unless you're like me and have a concussion still, or have the post-concussion syndrome and you've lost all your balance. Okay, so what you're going to do with this one is we're looking for 15 seconds for this, the purpose of this. I know in class I want 30 seconds, but 15 seconds without falling over and just seeing what control you have, okay? So you're standing nice and tall. You're going to bring that one knee out in front of you today, okay? And you're just going to hold that position for 15 seconds. So if you're all over the place, okay, that's just something you need to work on. I wasn't like this before either. Okay, I was all over the place. It's something that we work on in my classes. Okay, so left side, right down. This is not there's no compensation for this. It's either you can do it or you can't do it. Okay, you can either go for 15 seconds or you can't. So right down, passed, failed, really shaky. You know, is it in your ankle? You guys know, is it in your ankle? Was it in your glute muscle are you not using? And then this is going to be the tough one for me. Let's try the other side. Okay, up and hold. What do you feel? Feet going proprioceptors. Ankle over the place, weak ankles. Bum not working, glutes medius. What do you feel? What's holding you back? Perfect. Okay. Write your notes. Okay, so that one, balance, was the title of that one. The one before, if you didn't catch that, pelvic tilt and posture. Okay, this one is balance. Okay, this last one, I didn't grab a stick, like a dummy. Hey, Deb. Hey, Ray. So I'm going to use a strap. Okay, so you want your big ball against the wall, about the small of your back or a little bit higher to start with, okay? There's a few, you can write down full body strength and coordination for this one. So I'll give you a second. Full body strength and coordination. So does your body coordinate? Sometimes, sometimes not. So I'll break this up a little bit so you have an idea of what you're doing so that it's fair, okay? So the first thing you're gonna do, I know that normally we're like legs way out, push down. I don't want that, okay? When you come down, I want the knee above the ankle, and I wanna see if you can get into 90 degrees, okay? So that's the first part. Can you even get into 90 degrees, okay? If you can't get into 90 degrees, write that down quickly. Okay, so this is your 90 degree. Can you get in there? If you can't, what's holding you back? What do you feel? Hips, knees, write it down. Okay, we're going to add the upper body to it. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down in that 90 degrees. Okay, have your golf club or whatever it is out here. Okay, keep that back nice and straight. Come up and over. Okay, what did your back do? Did your back arch? Are your elbows straight? Can you get all the way up or even back? Okay, where did you have an issue? So your issues are elbows could not straighten. Write that down if elbows didn't straighten. Your back extended. You arched your back. Write that down. Or if you pitched forward. So if you did, instead of coming up like this, you actually came up and you pitched your upper body forward. Okay, did that happen? It should be a nice smooth. Could you get all the way up? Down. Up. Down. Do you have that mobility? Okay, so again, 90 degrees. Did you make it? Did your back extend? Shouldn't. Were your elbows straight when you came up? Should be. Can you come up to a straight line or farther back comfortably? Or were you out here? Okay, so that all goes under full body strength and coordination. So what you're going to do now is you're going to type those notes out and you're going to send those to me. And then I'm going to check them out a little bit and see where your issues are and make sure they all get addressed. Okay. So that's the assessment. It is that simple. Those of you that need to work on that external rotation of the shoulders, I will see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock and we'll address that. Now, If you're like, no, you know what, oh, sounds pretty good, you want to join us, you can still join us. It'll definitely help and improve. You don't want to go to the point where you're over-rotated, right? But most of us, because we sit and we're always hunching over a little tiny bit, most of us have some issues with the rotation of our shoulders, right? And that tightness that the chest pulls in. So I'm assuming that pretty much all of you are going to join me tomorrow. Okay? If you have any questions, message me privately or on here. It's that little. Yep. Okay. Okay, so yes, if something really hurts, we're going to work around that. Okay? So have a lovely afternoon. I will put up Ashley's workout right away here for anybody that wants to do another workout. And I will put this all on YouTube a little bit later, or you can watch it here in the videos. See you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely afternoon.